Okay guys, I'm making a video here real quick talking about this particular gun, and before I get into talking about this gun, I want to show you real quick how to conceal carry, and just some of the general ways that you can do it. A lot of people, they kind of new at it, or they just don't know nothing about it. I've been doing it for a while, but I'm going to show you how it's done. Generally easiest ways to do it. I'm going to try to maintain my decency, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to talk about this. This is going to be really a gun review, but a real quick. This is going to be really a gun review, but a real quick way of showing you how to conceal carry. And I got basically two guns to show you this, because this one here is not as great of an option as the other one is in that one area. But you just take and you want to make sure that when you conceal carry, you don't want to have your finger on the trigger, or some of them have a safety. This is a non-safety. I didn't want no safety. I didn't want that BS. But I'm going to show you how this is done. Okay, so generally you'll kind of get a loose shirt. You want your shirt to be kind of loose. You don't want your shirt tight. I've got an extra shirt underneath here to kind of keep things decent. And I'm going to show you how you do it. You just take and you put it in a holster about like this one. This is inside the waistband holster. Some people actually come in and they'll kind of clip theirs. They kind of clip it on. They got a clip right there on this thing, and they just kind of clip it on. I don't. I just grab it, stick it in here like that. Let's go. Just face it down a little bit more. Okay, so I just grab it, stick it right in here like this. This is an inside the waistband holster. You just grab it, stick it right here like this, and then now you can't see that I'm still carrying. You got to remember though, I got some extra padding on underneath this because I'm just trying to show how decent, trying to be decent. But and then you just take it and you just take it, and that's it. If I ever have to pull this out for any kind of reason or anything else, I'll have to do this. Hey, don't. Boom. Alright, second way of doing this, something called small of the back. Now, with the small of the back, this is what you call a right-handed holster. Small of the back, if you're right-handed, you want to have a left-handed holster. But either which way about it, I can do it just fine with this holster. Now, I'm just going to take it. I'm just going to come around and right back here, I'll take it, stick it right like that, and that's pretty much. You don't want to have your gun seen. That's the whole purpose. Well, and with this one, you can also do a belly band holster, which kind of holds it up high. And during the winter time, you can also do what they call basically an under the armpit holster, where you, well, basically it's a shoulder holster, and you can just go like that. Okay. All right. So this one here also can get a cell phone holster to go with it. Okay. So the next method is just basically, this looks like a cell phone carrier, but it's really a holster. So this is a cell phone holster. And you just grab it, stick it right there, just like that. And it looks like a cell phone holster. Okay. This looks like a cell phone holster. Boom. Alright, that's another way. Looks like a cell phone holder. Another way is plain old good old pocket. And you just take it, make sure your trigger's in a safe position. You want to make sure it's safe at all times. That when you pull the trigger, when you pull it out, you don't want your finger to be able to lock in on that trigger. You want to come out with your finger out like that. So here's how we go. We go like this, and there you go. Now I can just reach in, pull this thing out. Sometimes it can be a bit of a struggle. It just depends, but you know, it all depends on how you want to do it. So I made sure I cleared these guns before I did this video, and now I'm going to slide around. I'm going to talk about something else. Scoot over, Phil. Come on, scoot over, scoot over. Come on, scoot over. Come on, Bobby. She likes being in videos. So, all right. So this gun is called a Springfield Hellcat, and it's a bit more expensive gun. Oh, I'm dying in this thing. It's killing me. Well, having two shirts on anyway. The shirt's not too bad, but just having two shirts on anyway is killing me. Come on. Come on. There we go. There we go. She got to feel good about herself. She likes to be in a big video. Yeah, anyway, you're like, this guy just went 6 minutes not talking about the Hellcat. So, I'm sorry. You can always speed it up. But I just wanted to, now I'm going to get into talking about the Hellcat. Well, I traded I had a Taurus G3, and particularly that gun was not the best gun for me. It's not that it wasn't a good gun, it just wasn't the best gun for me. I just wasn't able to get as good accuracy as I liked. I was not able to do as good with it that I would have liked to have, and it just was. It was really hard gun to conceal carry. It was a full size G3, and it was super nice. But really, it had a finger safety just like this one. But this one right here doesn't bother me at all to do it. But that one did. Whenever I did that one, it would really bother me to, you know, pull that trigger. Well, to pull that trigger, that was kind of kicked me to the left. And let's make sure this gun is clear. I'll show you it's clear. And I'll show you the takedown real quick. But anyway, this is called the Springfield Armory Hellcat. It comes with this one. This one comes with quite a few things actually. This is what's called the NS package. I don't really know what that is, but anyway, I'll show you what it comes with. It comes with this nice carry-along bag. It says Springfield Armory, and it also has quite a few of these different compartments in here, which you won't be able to see really, and you won't be able to see. And it comes with this nice loader too. I'm not too crazy about this loader, but some people would be. So, to each their own. Then it comes with all these magazines. This thing comes with a bunch of magazines. And the guy at the gun store, he told me, he said the best thing to do, but he said this would be a better package than the SIG Piece 365, which was essentially going to be a bit of a better, which would be a little bit maybe easier to conceal carry. I don't really know. They're almost identical in size. These come with several different well, this one comes with 5 magazines. So really, when I paid for it, they told me that the magazines really alone are worth quite a bit of money. So let's see. I'll show you the gun basically from biggest to smallest. Let's see. It comes with 3 15s and then the 13. Okay. So this is 11 round magazine. All right. So 11 round magazine is this small, and I'm going to compare that out to the Ruger. Oh, where have that Ruger LCP? I had that little Ruger LCP, but oh yeah, what's the matter with me? Anyway, it comes with the little. When you compare this to a Ruger LCP with the thing, we're talking about a gun that is this big. It's chambered in 9mm, and this is the gun. This is the Ruger LCP. So this gun is almost as small as the Ruger LCP, and they actually make a holster. I've already ordered it through Sneaky Pete. They make a holster through Sneaky Pete that this gun will actually fit in, so it can be in a cell phone holster. So it can be a cell phone holster. You can also do like one of these kind of things. Generally, I don't recommend more of a pocket thing. Just get you a good. Let me see what size this is. This is Uncle Mike's, and this is size 12 inside the waistband holster. Buy them at, some place for about 12 bucks. Academy about 13 bucks. And you can even order one. I can order one cheaper from Amazon, and it just comes with this, and then it just covers the thing. It just covers your trigger. That's it. So that's all you want to do, just cover your trigger, and it's as simple as that. So that's a size 12, and it fits perfect. It also comes with an extra base plate in case you don't want this bigger base. In case you don't want the bigger base plate. In case you don't want the bigger base plate, you can actually put this on there. That's a smaller base plate. I'm not crazy about that personally. Let's see what else we got here. I don't think that's pretty much all this thing come with. And then I'm gonna show you the difference between the magazines. Okay, so I have to kick them off my lap now. So we got that one, we got that one, we got that one. That's all right. So this is the 11. That's the 11 round magazine. A lot of them standard. This is the base package of the thing, and I'll tell you how much I paid for it in a minute. But that's the 11 round magazine, and now this is the 13 round magazine. It's the 13 round magazine. It gives you just a little bit better grip on your pinky. And then you got the 15 round magazine. So basically, you got essentially a Glock 19 that's no bigger than that. That's a pretty small gun. Now when we compare this, like I said, and this is a Ruger LCP with no magazine in it, but we could compare this to a Ruger LCP, that's pretty small, man. I mean, this thing almost fits in the LCP holster, in that cell phone holster. This thing is really kind of tiny. I'll show you. Here, this is the LCP, and this is it. So really, well, kind of, really, it's probably about, let's see if I can't hold them up, but just generally speaking, it's probably about, I say, 1.5 inches longer, and definitely got a lot more mass to it. Definitely got a lot more mass to it. But I tell you one thing though, one thing I can't get over is how much snap that thing's got to it. You know, this gun here is a snappy little gun that takes a little to get used to, especially with that long double action trigger. But this one right here, it really has some pop to it, so it has a lot of muzzle rise. And I noticed another thing I noticed about this one too is because it doesn't have it's got a lot of smoke flies out the front. It's kind of makes a big smoke cloud. So basically, if you're shooting away, it basically lets a big smoke, kind of has a bit of smoke cloud. So you have to let the smoke cloud clear a little bit before you can, sense more bullets down range. So you can't just go and just pop, and I mean eventually it will get a bit blurry. The sights look like that. It's got a nice back U sight. It's got a good front sight. So the front sight's green, so you can kind of get an idea of what you're looking at. It's got a good trigger pull. I'll go ahead. I'll drop the mag. Yeah, it's got a good trigger pull too. So basically, it's like this, and that's the take up. And then now listen as I do it again, as I let it out. Hear that? It's ready to go again. So it's got a pretty good trigger pull. I noticed that when I was shooting, I would kind of not let it out far enough to re-click it, to reset it. So that was just on me. Um, Other than that, though, it's actually quite a nice gun. Feels very good in the hand. Uh, it feels very good in the hand. It's a little bit tiny on the grip part, so I think I probably put a whole grip on this thing, maybe. Maybe not. But anyway, I found that when I shoot it, it's kind of a little bit. I'm gonna aim it straight at you, and then I found a little bit that whenever that when I shoot it, it does have a little bit of muzzle rise, does have a little bit of smoke, and it does kind of like to twist around your hand because it's a little more on the skinnier side. This is what's called micro nines, so they're actually very small guns, and it's with that much power in such a small gun, it's a little tougher to control. So sorry about these things being dirty. I usually show this. Well, all right. So real quick, before I get into all that. So this did come with this other little guy here too. I don't know what that extra pouch is for. Then you got this bigger guy. So, all right. So basically, how much I paid for this gun, real quickly, is I paid. Well, I got 125 for my G3 on trade-in, and that way it goes legally back to the store. And I got $125 for it, which is really cheap. I know that was a little bit cheap, but at the same time, though, they're a business and they're in the business to make their money. So we have to understand they're in the business to make their money, and I want you have to really the main thing for me would be more or less find somebody who really would like to have that gun, who would take good care of that gun and everything else. And I certainly took good care of it myself. So basically, I paid it was $419 out the door, and I traded up for way better gun because basically, times are getting a little bit crazier. I couldn't still carry that gun. I kind of don't really. I mean, I seen the Greenland Mall shooting, and it made me really think that with only 7 rounds, trying to hit a 40-yard shot, I just would not be able to do that with this. I wouldn't have but 8 rounds in this. I might need more capacity, and there was quite a few reasons why I did that, and I've not really got on a gun buying binge either. But at the exact same time, I didn't. At the exact same time, I wanted a better carry gun. And I've already got my revolver, but it still only has that 6-round capacity. And I just thought, I might need something a little more capacity, a little better accuracy at further range. And the LCP and the revolver 38 Special doesn't do it. So, and I thought, well, if I do this, I want to buy a decent quality gun too. Now, there was one that come to mind, that was the Sky CPX, but I know the Sky CPX is a little bit tougher to get a little decent long range. It's not that it can't be done with the Sky, it's just more or less, to get the decent long range shots with the Sky is a little tougher. So that was another one that kind of come to mind. And, so when I went in there, I kind of was kind of going in there looking for 3 guns, and I said I'm not sure which one I'm gonna buy. I told the guy, I told this guy, I said, my buddy down there, I told him, I said there's 3 guns I'm going to kind of look at, maybe buy and trade this gun in for. And he said, okay, what's that? I said, the SIG P365, and they've had some safety issues, and I was a little bit kind of worried about buying a SIG because of that. The Glock 27, which is one of them that I was thinking about, or the Glock 33 or Glock 27, that was just more of my thing, kind of my mentality was one of those two, because I like those two cartridges a lot. Which Glock 27 is 40 Smith Wesson, and then the Glock 33 is 357 SIG, and they're both what you call the Bulldog family of a part of the deal. I think I want to say it's 26, 27, 29. 29 is 26 is 9 millimeter, 27 is 40 Smith Wesson, 29 is 10 millimeter. Then you get up at I think 30 is 45 ACP, 33 is 357 SIG, and they're all kind of the Bulldog. It's basically a full size type gun up top, but it's got more of a snub nose, snub part handle. But the thing about it is, you can also get one of the big long extension magazines you want to. You carry a big long extension magazine, and you're good to go. You can run that thing. But anyway, he told me, he said that during the summertime, trying to conceal carry with one of those, he said it's a bit tougher. He said it can be done. He said that's what they're made for. He said, but they are a bit tougher. And he told me, he said, well, you'd be better off to kind of look at one of these two. And I said, well, what about the 48? He said, still, it's a little big. He said, it's thinner, but still just a little big. And I said, well, what about the Glock? What about the Glock 43? And he said, well, you're still only talking about 6 or 7 rounds, but you want to get up around that 10 round more. And I said, yeah, you're right. So we were kind of talking, and kind of got away from the Glock world. I didn't have no problem with Glock. That was definitely on the table. And might look into buying one of those in the future. So basically, I'm not trying to make this video way too long either. This is supposed to be a review video, not a ramble on video. But anyway, I'm just saying what drove me to buy the Hellcat, and I really like this gun. Some people say, "Oh, Springfield." They've had these legal. They've had this, to give money to the wrong political party or something like that. And the guy at Springfield, the CEO or whatever, the owner of Springfield, he said he defended himself. He said, "No, that's not true. That's a bunch of BS." And to me, it just makes no sense why that somebody would, from a company that makes guns and his big name is Springfield, because you got Springfield, you got SIG, you got Camber, you got Glock, you got oh good God, H&K, so all these names, these are some really big names. So why would they, for any reason, any kind of reason at all, why any of the main manufacturers of guns, Smith & Wesson, Ruger, why on God's green earth would they do anything that's anti-2A? That makes no sense to me. Does that make any sense to you? Doesn't make any sense to me. So, and I know Springfield's a high quality gun. So you got, let's say, Ruger, Smith & Wesson, Springfield, Glock, Kimber, H&K, Stoger, and there's some more of them up there. There's some more of them in there. Taurus, sorry, not trying to leave anybody out. Taurus is another one. High Point's actually a pretty good little gun. But I'm just saying, why would one of these more top name brand companies, one of the upper brands companies, attempt to cut their own freaking throat by donating to an anti-gun politician? That makes no sense. So I just don't believe the hype. I kind of believe Springfield when he said that. That's the same way as they tried to mandate the big V, the shot over Hornady, and Hornady flat put that out there on Twitter. That was totally BS, and it was. They found that out. Hornady never did that. They never did that. That was a bunch of BS, and they're a good company. They make great product. They make great product, and that was so who knows who put that out there? It could have been somebody from one of the other companies putting that out there, trying to hurt them. But anyway, so I kind of stepped on these. They might be a little dirty. Sorry about that. But anyway, I'm gonna show you my groups real quick. This is kind of more or less, kind of the early times I shot it. This was kind of at 7 yards. I realized I was kind of pulling it right and a little bit low, so that was at 7 yards, and I said that was pretty good. And the next one, this one was at 10 yards. This one was at 10 yards. That was my groups. And then I stretched it all the way out to 15 yards, and that was my groups. Now, granted though, I mean, they were just barely off the paper a little bit, the other shots, but I put 15 in a magazine, and I counted 9 holes. So that's, for me, that's not great. That's really not great accuracy, but I'll get better with this gun as I shoot it. So it's just one of those kind that you have to really master guns, and I'll get better with it as I shoot it. So I like it. Real quick, how you take it down? Basically, you pull this. I'm just gonna put a magazine in real quick. I'm just gonna put a magazine in real quick to lock it back. Pull it back, lock it back. How you break it down? Once it's locked back, you just take this little piece right here, and I gotta drop the magazine again. But basically, you take this little front piece here, you take it and you turn it up like that. You want to take it, and then you're just going to take it and you're going to turn it up like that. That drop back forward. I need to clean this gun anyway. As it's locked back forward, you pull the trigger and the slide come right on off. That's it. You break it down. It's like all these other polymer wonders. That's how it breaks down. I need to clean anyway, so I'm going to do that. But it's basically same setup as Glock, same setup as Taurus, same setup as any of these other polymer wonders out here. You know, but anyway, I just thought I'd make this quick video. We're trying not to make it too long, but try to make it a little bit more packed with a few more things. But I think it's a pretty good gun. I think that Springfield's done a really good job with it. I like the size of it. It's more easier to carry during the summertime. Summertime it gets a little hot, especially in humid. So it's kind of a tough, it's kind of tough to carry during the summertime. But anyway, so I thought I'd make this video. Be good at it, and see you on the next time. And for those who want an opinion of a Hellcat, well, that's just my 2 cents. You got your 2 cents, I got my 2 cents. I don't hate you, you don't hate me. All right. Anyway, take it easy, be good at it.